Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I want to give a peace and salutation to the Galat. Now, first off, this is a Sean coming at you once again from the Baltimore branch of GMS. And I was doing some research, as the usual. And the spirit hit me to where as though it prompted me to, come and do the video on. I was watching a documentary. And, first off, I want to just say our people, Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are still under those curses. And I happened to come across a documentary. And the documentary is about two Jakes. They were in the streets. They were not popular, known. I'm sure a couple brothers heard of them. They were popular in New York. They were in the streets selling drugs, drug dealers. It was a Alpo and Rich Port and Alpo documentary about how they were friends and he murdered his friend and all that. That happened a lot in the 80s and the 90s. Well, I'm going to say before that, all throughout history. But over in this captivity recently, in the past, is our people, and that's part of the curses. Our people went through, are going through the curses in the curses in Deuteronomy. Our people are going through the curses in the 28th chapter of Deuteronomy, and our people don't even realize it. And all throughout this chapter, as well as the whole book, is a book of promises and curses. And our people are going through these curses, and they don't even realize it. And one thing I wanted to point out, and our people don't even realize it, because our minds are we're destroyed as a people. And our minds are gone. I mean, because the worship of this so-called white man, whereas our people believe this is the Lord. See this? They worship this image. And when you worship this image, you hate your own people.
That the state of Israel
Salaki,
had been established.
You think that this is God. So you're looking at it in the opposite way of looking at your brother, and you're looking at it like, well, if that's God, then what are us? Like, what? We look totally the opposite, because Esau and Jacob is night and day. I mean, it's two nations of people, and the Lord said, two manner of people will come out Rebecca's womb. So we're two manners of people. We're different. So if you're looking at this like the Lord, you're looking at yourself and your brother like, well, we're a piece of shit, because we don't look nothing like the Lord. And if you look at history, that's all they teach us, is that we were swinging on trees. So they take everything from us and hide our history and tell us we're nothing and throw this in our face as this the Lord and Savior. And I'm about to play this clip, and it's going to prove to you that our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And the guy, his name is Alpo. This guy right here that I'm about to play the clip, this guy was a low life, He ended up killing his friend over drugs and money, because Esau preys on the mind of our people. And it's guys like him to as though they run the streets all their life. And I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of these guys are set up by Esau. They work for the government. It's and you brothers heard about it. It's a program called COINTELPRO. How they get these young guys and set them up and tell them to go out and you can do this murder and do that murder and then come back and they'll put you under. Basically, they police. They work for the government. They got a license to kill, but they just under some type of government program to another way to destroy our people, another tactic to destroy our people. But this guy murdered a guy named Rich Porter, one of his associates, and he just outright tell you. I'm gonna play the clip, and he's gonna tell you right here, brothers. But I'm gonna play a little bit of the clip. Here we go. Salaki about that, brothers. This ain't nothing but Satan, because it was playing, but now it's
right. They want you to tell everything. I got to tell everything that was my involvement. Everything I had something to do with. I had to. So I was the person who executed Rich. So I had to tell. I couldn't just say, "Oh, well, Gary killed him." No, I had something to do with that also. I was there. I pulled the trigger also. You pulled the trigger also? Yeah, I pulled the trigger also. I mean, when we first hit him, like I said, I want to leave that. But when he first was hit, he didn't die right away. Okay. Yeah. He didn't die? No, he didn't die right away when he first was sitting in that chair. No. So you had to hit him? Yeah. Why you didn't hit him in the head? That's where he got hit. Okay. That's when he grabbed the door handle or whatever you said. He was on the door handle, yeah. Okay. You didn't get scared. That's once again, I said you had the tinted windows and the bullets never shattered none of the windows? No. I was in a big van. Okay. That's incredible. I tell you, I wasn't scared in all that. scared. No, and all those things, I'm gonna be true. No, I never came. I just always wanted to make sure I got away with it and I did it right. But as far as being scared, no, I wasn't really scared. I was more scared dealing with these white folks than anything. Yeah. That's what I was scared about. Standing in front of that judge and all that. That's when I was scared.
Did you hear that? See? And that's all the clip I'm going to play. But I just wanted to show you brothers, bring that out. Because, did you hear that? And Esau, he said he wasn't all the running around he did. All the flashing and all that killing one another. Killing his brother. You just seen how he... the way he was describing the murder is just like it was basically nothing, your own, like, but that was his own brother. But and I was thinking about it too. The on a spiritual level, the guy, I guess he was supposed to have been Puerto Rican or whatever, but the guy, his friend was named Rich Port, and Puerto Rico means rich port. So, hey, the Most High got ways of doing things. Rich port. But anyway, that's something though. But yeah, you just heard he said he just described killing another Jake like it was, like it was a walk in the park, or like he was just, how you I can't even, how you do a task or something like, oh yeah, I cleaned the kitchen and I put the refrigerator right there in that corner right there, and I put the other cabinets up in that area right there. And he just described, you just took a life, but you describing it as with no compassion whatsoever. Hey, that's Jake for you. The scriptures say we done got more wicked than the wicked, But let's actually bring the scriptures, because I want to show you that this ain't nothing but the curses, because you worship. You hear what he said. I was scared of those white folks. He believed. Look, he's scared of it because he believed this is God. So he ain't have no respect for his brother. He talked about killing his brother like it wasn't nothing. But you scared of those white folks? You supposed to be a cold killer, but you scared. You just heard him. I didn't say it. It came out of his mouth. He walked. He was scared of them courts and the white people at the court. And you tell me Jake ain't a piece of shit. But that's our people for you, and that's the curses. Here it is. You killing people in the street or manipulating. Well, he did say he helped kill him. So you are a straight up cold killer, and you killed your own friend. But you wasn't scared of that. But you were scared of. That shows you Jake don't have any fear of the Lord at all. That shows you that Jake don't have any fear of the Lord at all, because the Lord is a so-called black man. But Jake has fear for that white man, and you just heard him say that. The guy Alpo, he fears the white man. Let's get these scriptures, because it's starting to piss me off. Here it is, Jake. But Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 35. And the Lord shall smite. Okay, this is not what I'm. The madness. Because this is it's madness. Deuteronomy 28 and 21. And the Lord shall smite thee with madness. That's madness. You got all this heart killing people in the streets. But as soon as you get locked up, you scared of those white folks. You just heard them. I didn't say it. And blindness. Yeah, he is blind. He blind by the fact that he believes he's a stone cold manipulator killer. Is scared of white people, them white folks. Is scared of court. Scared of the white man because he believes this is God. And that's half of our people. That's more than half of our people and more than half of these Jakes that's out on the streets now. This is the mentality of them. So that's why the 2/3 going to have to go. Because there's no coming back for that. There's no coming back. What you going to do with guys like that? Explain to me. What are you going to do with guys like that? Deuteronomy 28 and 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness, because they're all blind. The Lord blinded them because the scripture says it, and that's part of the curses. The Lord made him blind to the fact that he don't know that the Lord is a so-called black man. If he knew that the Lord was a so-called black man, that he would look at his brother in another way. He would value his brother's life, because the scriptures say you're not supposed to kill another Israelite. Well, murder, and astonishment of heart. Yeah, your heart is deceived. Your heart is deceived. You know what? I'm gonna read verse 29, because this goes on. All of them go along with it. All these curses match up with it. It's madness. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in the dark, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. That's why you niggas always getting locked up, or you out here selling drugs, then you try to go legal, but then you get locked up before you switched over to being legal. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt not, and thou Salaki, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled even more. Yep. And no man shall save thee. Yep. I'm looking for the Okay. Deuteronomy 28 and 36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation with which neither thou nor thy father have known. Right. We're the southern tribe were brought over here, and the northern tribes were already over here. But while the northern tribes were over here, all of all of all of us Israelites witnessed being having to build up a nation that wasn't ours, a nation that Edomites controlled. So yes, all the 12 tribes went into captivity unto a nation which neither thy nor thy fathers have known, which is Babylon the Great, America. You know, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. Yeah. And let me bring it back. And there shalt thy serve other gods, wood and stone. Yep. Other gods. This nigga right here. This nigga Jesus Christ. Because that's what he is. A deceiver. The so-called white man is a deceiver. Esau, Edom. You know. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. You know. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. That's Deuteronomy 28 and 43. Yep, and verse 25 reads, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. So we as a people were destroyed. That's why we have people like Alpo running around talking about he's scared of white people. He's scared of the white people. He's scared of going court. But you were a career criminal slash manipulator slash murderer. It killed your friend in cold blood, I mean, I'm not taking sides because both of the niggas were wicked. They were selling drugs, you know. Because thou hearken not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. So that's why we got niggas like that running around talking about they scared of white people. But you'll kill your brother in a minute, you know. Because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. There, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. And yeah, our enemies are the so-called white man. So that's why that nigga was said what he said. Oh, he wasn't scared the whole time he was in the street. So you mean to tell me all the time he was in the streets, he had no respect. He wasn't scared of, and I believe him. I mean, he said he didn't fear none of the dudes he came across, because all of those street dudes are wicked as hell. Some of them are, but they're selling drugs. So the Lord, you putting drugs in the community, and all of us, I myself, all of us, we, before we came in the truth, we were going off, So I'm not going to act like I'm a quiet boy, I grew up in the streets, I came out of that life, Yeah, let me bring it back. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against. Yeah, the Lord sent the so-called white man against. He sent Esau, Edom, the nation of the Edomites, against us, and put them high, put the spirit on them to take over us and set us in a low state. because Jake is at a low state. He'll go out and kill another brother like it's nothing. I mean, the way he described that, you would think he had bought a new living room set, you know. But Jake don't love one another. There's no love out in these streets. Jake ain't had no love for that guy, man. In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness. So that's for all you people that say, "Oh, we were out at camp and this chick talking about, or this homeless. He might have been a Jake, but this homeless damn cracker walked up the street talking about, oh, y'all work for the white man, or y'all getting government check." I said, man, well, this proves that we need to survive in this system of things. So we need money. So of course we're gonna have jobs, you know. Reading on, and in want of all things, right? We're gonna get all things from our enemies, all things, not some things, not a little things, not just no, all things. We gotta go to Esau for everything. Everything. We're gonna have to go to Esau. So that's why these simple niggas worship Esau just like they mothers, because all of them was raised in single parent homes. That's why all these street dudes, all them Alpo and rich poor and Alpo, they ain't had no fathers in the house. That guy Alpo, he probably don't growing up, they ain't respect no so-called black man. They didn't have no respect for their brothers. They ain't had no respect for the so-called black man because their mothers raised them. So they basically got the spirit of their mother on them. That's why all these guys killing each other, because they got that woman spirit on them. They all emotional. You tell them something manly, they ready to cry. They ready to go grab a gun and kill you just because you told them to gird up your loins like a man. You know. In other words, hold your ball, grow some nuts, have some balls, have some character. Lord nigga. That's how the Most High talk. You know, in Job, you can, if you brothers for the Akim that you know that's kind of new in the truth, or if you well endowed in the truth, in Job, I believe it's the 28th chapter. I might be mistaken, but I know it's in Job, to where as though the Most High Himself come down to holler at Job, and he stunts out on Job, you know. And one of the first things he tell Job is to gird up your loins like a man, you know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can find it, because the Most High is the ultimate role model. Yeah, let's get that, because I want to show you how the Most High. I'm going a little bit off topic, but it's the A. I want to show you how the Most High, how it gets down. It's Job, I believe it's the 38th chapter, and I'm gonna show you how the Most High talk. You know, because let me see, it's in Job 38, and let me see. Give me a second, brothers. Okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit how the Most High get down. It says Job 38:1, and it reads, "Then the Lord," and it's in all capitals, the Lord, meaning the Most High, answered Job out of the whirlwind, the chariot, and said, "Who is this that darkened counsel by words without knowledge?" So the Most High, like, who is this? In other words, you know, I mean, you brothers could have your own interpretation of how you could imagine of how the Most High was getting down. Job 38:1 in verse 3, it reads, gird up your, okay, I'm going to try to put some emphasis into it. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. You hear that? Let me bring it back. It says, gird up now thy loins like a man. Yeah. Pull up your pants and stand up to me like a man. Cause the big boy is here. The big man is here. The big, I would say the father is the big father, the great and almighty father, Yahweh is here. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. And then the Most High goes into, asking them like questions that he couldn't answer. In other words, he went all out on them, But that was just a little example of how the Most High talks to, because he's our Father. I can get another example and none of these so-called drug dealers, they grew up with single mothers. They wouldn't know how to take a man talking to them like a man, The Most High came to Job like that. I'm trying to find another example of how the Lord. All right, moreover, the Lord answered Job. Okay, I can get verse 40. I saw it was like a couple examples, but let's get verse 40. Job at verse 40. Okay, it says, moreover, the Lord answered Job and said, shall he that contend with the Almighty instruct him? He that proveth the Almighty Yahweh, let him answer it. And then I guess then Job answered the Lord and said, behold, see, Job got humble. Shoot, anybody would. It says, Job said, behold, I am vile. So Job got real humble. That Job said, and you know what vile mean? I'm just compared to the Almighty. I'm a piece of dirt. That's what Job was saying. I am vile. I'm disgusting. What shall I answer thee? I will lay mine hand upon my mouth. So basically, he couldn't say nothing. So he put his hands over his mouth, And then he said, once have I spoken, but I will not answer. Yea, twice, but I will proceed no further. Yeah, in other words, he's saying, I ain't going to say nothing else, Lord. I can't say nothing else. And it said, then answered the Lord unto Job out of the world, which, can you imagine that chariot? It probably was it probably scared the death out of Job. Because the Most High, he's the ultimate stunner, And he says it again. I'm telling you, this how the Most High serves. This how he can talk to Job. Gird up thy loins now like a man, boy. I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me. You see how the Most High talked to him? And then he hit him with this. Wilt thou also disannul my judgment? Wilt thou condemn me that thou mayest be righteous? I want to hit you with this. Okay. All right. This what the Most High said. Hast thou an arm like Yahweh? So he said, is your arm is too short to contend with the Most High. As the brothers usually say, your arms are too short to box with the Most High. Or canst thou thunder with a voice like him? And here's the catcher right here. Job 40:10. Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency. Wow. And it says, and array thyself with glory and beauty. Come on now. Come on now. Let me read it one more time. Verse 10, it say, deck thyself now with majesty and excellency. Who can do that? I mean, only the Most High do can do that. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. His son is just like him. Because the Lord said, if you saw me, you see my Father. But the Lord said, the Lord was probably looking at Job from the chariot and said, look, deck thyself now with majesty and excellency. Can you do that? Can you imagine if the Lord wanted to, he could have had clouds and thunder, and because he did that once. One time he came down for Moses out of the chariot, and the other Israelites got scared because the Lord is hey, he's almighty. I can't even put it in words, you know. It's you can't put it in words because you if you try to describe something about the Most High, you wouldn't have enough to say. You wouldn't have enough, you know. So you can't put it in words. And yeah, cat verse 11, and I'm gonna close it. Or I'm gonna read 12, and I'm gonna close it right there. Cast abroad the rage of thy wrath, and behold, everyone that is proud and obeys him. So another verse 12. Look on everyone that is proud and bring him low. So that's how Job felt, very low. That's how when the Most High come at you, yeah, that's how you're gonna feel. You're gonna be feel very low, because that's the Most High. Yeah. But I hope this was edifying. You know, that's the reason why a lot of these Negroes are like that. You know, and you just heard proof out of that was a per example of how Jake is how our enemies oppress us, and Jake is scared of white people, and but he'll kill a brother, his brother, in a second, you know. But those are the curses, you know. Those are curses that the Israelites are under until we get up out of here, until Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah deliver us, you know, the elect. But the 2/3 are under. The 2/3 are gonna be destroyed, you know. But that's all I got, you know. I hope this is edifying. Once again, this is Ashan coming from the Baltimore branch of GMS. Until again, Shalom.